Alright guys, so we're going to work on some Paloff Press variations here. So we've got the band set up. I do like to use the band because it can be accommodating resistance, especially if you're doing some variations like what we're doing. Basically everything we're doing is for anti-rotation, so it's going to help with any sort of martial artist, anyone that's doing a lot of rotations in there every day, and it's really going to help you for injury prevention and just for strengthening the core. Alright, so to start off with, we're going to grab onto the band. It's just going to be rear hand or lead hand, furthest hand away from the pole on first, then grab it here. We're going to make sure there's tension the whole time. Bring the band into just below the nipple line and bring the fists nice and tight into the chest. We're just going to come straight out, up, punch it out. Make sure it's in line again so it stays on that center line, and bring it in nice and slow. Punch out, and in nice and slow. Punch out, and in nice and slow. Okay. So that's obviously your generic, that's your Paloff press, your anti-rotation press. What we can do as well is from here, keeping tension on the band, we can just come out and we can do small little movements here, just out and in, out and in, out and in. Or you can move into rotations, nice and easy, get both ways in. Always making sure it's in that center line, so you're always coming back to that center line, okay? So a good one is kind of pulses or rotations. You can come out, do pulses, 3, 2, 1, and back in. Out, 3, 2, 1, and back in. You can do rotations, come out, rotate, 3, 2, 1, back in. Come out, 3, 2, 1, and back in. Alright. You can also do walks as well. So from here we can come out, walk it out, step out, keeping the band center line, step back in. Obviously because it's a band, the further you go out the harder it's going to get. So from here, come out, make sure there's tension, come out, keeping the band in the center, come back in. Nice and easy. As long as there's always tension here, you can come in as close as you need, out, couple of steps, keep it center, and back in, out, and in. Okay. Been for this one before as well. You can also add agitation. So if you've got a partner or a coach working with you, they can do the same as this. When you bring it out, they're just going to start hitting the band or hitting your hands to add a bit of agitation. Or you can just chuck a light plate. So it's 2.5 kilos, 1.25, 2.5 kilos is sweet. Make sure there's tension on the band. Drive out, hold it until that weight is under control. Bring it back in, out, hold it until the weight's under control, and back in. And back in, alright? Whenever I'm doing the Paloff press, I do always like to have kind of a quarter squat position. So from here, I'll drop my hips a little bit, just to save me going into any sort of extension or kicking the hips through. So in a quarter squat position, that keeps me nice and stable, and just driving from here, okay? If you want to make it slightly more specific as well, you can always come into your kind of combat stance, driving from there, into southpaw, driving from there, okay? We've always got the weight going that way, resistance going that way, so it is still going to be anti-rotation. We're still getting what we want. It's just going to be a little bit more specific, okay? All right, guys, have fun with them. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below if you've got any questions, and yeah, enjoy.